kind of bipolar weather today.
I see.
It's like hot and
Why like
cold.
that?
I don't know.
I see.
It is what it is. Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Oh, see, I mean, you're wearing just a t-shirt, so
Yeah, yeah. It's quite nice.
yeah, it's good
It's
to
gonna
cook
be
for
hot
you.
soon.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get to see that.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Just give me some warmth to take on my travels.
So you can get to the cold.
So I'm assuming, yes. So I'm assuming. Although I would like to do like maybe Norway or Northern Europe. That would be nice.
No, that's too late.
What do you mean?
Yeah. By the time you come back, they're switching routes.
I see.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, for next year, you might be able to request it. It's cold. I mean, beautiful, but cold.
Okay. You've been there. I'd like to go there. I've never been there. I've been to
I
Kotor.
yeah, no,
Montenegro is really nice.
I haven't been there,
And
but
it's apparently a similar type of vibe
I
in
don't
some
know.
ways.
Very small
Yes,
way.
because you have to go up like this fjord
Ah,
to get
okay.
to town. Yes. It's
No,
like cliffs. It's like
yeah,
this boat and the cliffs on both sides. Just,
yeah. The only thing is that the days are they really start really early because
yeah.
not only we arrive, like the ship will arrive early to the dock, but people like to see the entrance, and that's like 2 hours before. So you will find a like a full deck 14 full of people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So for sure, night shift is going to be super super busy.
Yeah. But it's okay because the Northern Europeans kind of behave themselves a little bit. They're like they're like the European Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't get there late.
I mean, they do.
I mean,
Yeah,
as long as they're
yeah,
not
yeah. No,
German.
they're entitled. They're entitled, and it's
Yeah,
a true story.
I think one of
But
the things that really got me, and it's funny, especially Germans. Like they're able to do, but we are not. I mean, we cannot be late. We need to be on time. Everything needs to start on time. But they're
yes,
able
they
to
have
be there.
this fetish for being on time. Thing.
Yes, but they are able to be late, and we cannot
Of
say
course, because
anything.
they're on holiday.
Yes, but no. I mean, you're not supposed to give me shit because I do because I'm late. Not even for our own fault. It's not that we plan to be late. No, it's
Yeah.
it's just because we can't. Oh man, like I told you, like um, the day we were late in Dublin, they were about to kill me. I was like protecting the getaway, just like checking with security, like, are we here? Yes, but we cannot leave. Ah, people were queuing for 2 hours. 2 hours. We were
I
supposed to
see.
be out and about at 2. We were
I
let
see.
go at 5 ish.
Oh dear.
People were about to kill me. They were like moving the plexiglasses stands.
Yeah, those calls are bad.
Mm.
Those calls where arrival is in the afternoon is bad.
The thing
Okay,
is
I
that these things
prefer
are
the early calls. because you get the really big queues on the calls that are like 11 o'clock onwards. You know, because everyone's awake. If the gangway is open from 6 o'clock, the first people that are eager beavers start going out, and they don't get so damn worked up. And the other people come at a nice normal pace, and usually in about 3 or 4 hours of the gangway opening, everybody is out. It works nicely. Goodness, if we can get there at 2 o'clock every time, it's like you say, people are screaming, "When are we there? Why is this taking so long?" It just triggers something in their mind because they're they're too eager to go outside, which I understand, but they don't understand that it's not always completely in our control.
That is so true.
Because often it's the terminal that's like, "No, you can't send them. We're not ready yet." And we can't send them.
That is so so true. Um, I mean, it's interesting to be honest how these things work. The only good thing about North Europe is that since it's such like in certain ports, since there is nothing to do on your own,
Yeah.
100% of the people they have excursions, so the ship will be pretty much empty. Like it would be like the first 3 hours land because everybody has to go
Yeah.
out, and then the last 3 hours land. Then the rest of the day is just like crickets. That's it.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, honestly, that doesn't sound too terrible for anybody involved. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done it twice, and it's exhausting, super exhausting. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I think I've never worked so much in my life. It's like 20 hours out of 24. But but
I see.
uh, I mean, I think it's the only one that everybody will agree that it's worth it. You know, like
I see. I see.
it's the because it's so far away that you don't really get that opportunity to just see these things. It's not really accessible. You know,
Yes, exactly.
it's not like
Exactly.
we're saying we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go to Iceland for
There really
vacation.
isn't any other way to go there and
Well,
and
there
and
is,
do that.
there is. The thing is that it's super expensive, and if you wanna cry it and suffer the whole entire thing, why would you do that? Just take a cruise, go. I mean, this is not an advertisement for those, but definitely take a cruise. I will do that.
Fair enough. Yeah, for those ones, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I think pollen season is upon us.
And I've never understood that. Well, because I guess we don't have that specific season, or maybe we do, but we're used to because
Ah,
they're all mixed together. But
mhm.
like, I like those spring and fall allergies. I'm not.
Oh man, okay. I can take you to places here where it's so bad you literally can't open your eyes. Like your eyes are just burning. You're just crying.
Hola, hola, and welcome to another episode of Wild Conversations. Today we're diving into something we all know very well, in a way or another. Belonging without borders. What does it mean to call home not just a place but a feeling? And how do you belong when you feel stretched across multiple cultures and worlds? I'm joined as always by my better half, the voice who, like me, has lived between places, languages, and identities. And today we're going to explore what home really means when borders blur. So, what is home for you?
Oh man, I think that this is a difficult one. Like You can look at this one as shallow or as deep as you like, but I think essentially it's something quite personal. I mean, it's suggested just by the way you asked that question. What is home for you? It doesn't mean the same thing to all of us, and in some context, it doesn't even mean the same thing to us across the length of our life, across the span of our lives. That's a very difficult question. I'm not exactly sure how to answer it.
And I
Yes.
agree. But doesn't, I mean, given our job and like where we normally run in life, doesn't it feel like people believe that that is such an easy question to answer? I mean, I cannot remember
Uh,
how many times
I
I've been
mean,
asked, "What is home for you?" It's like,
yeah. And if you think about it shallowly, exactly, it is an easy question to answer. Where is home? Well, where am I going to sleep tonight? That's going to be home tonight. And tomorrow,
exactly.
Yeah, this is why I say this doesn't have to be as deep as you might want to make it.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like frustrating at the same time because they ask you, "What is home for you?" It's like, okay,
What do you
do,
mean by that?
exactly.
And
Do you
yeah,
want
yeah,
like
yeah,
do you want me to tell you where I'm from? Because that's another question. Where I live, what I want to be, where I am right now. Like it's all home.
yes, yes, exactly.
But
Yes, yes,
I guess that doesn't it will depend on the person, how you call it, the person's experience. Yes, the specific person experience. Because if it's a person who's never been anywhere but home, like where they were born or they were established, so it's easy. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from, I don't know, Cincinnati. Great.
mm,
You
yeah.
know, I remember at some point I started answer like, where is home? The world. And people got so offended. So offended.
I, I can imagine
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's like. Yeah, what do you mean by that question? I do get it. I do get it. It's a tricky question.
Yes. And then there, besides that question, there is another one that is also tricky. Because, I mean, where's home is open, but also, where are you from? What do you answer when they
Yeah,
ask you that?
I just say I'm a South African. Usually,
Like, you go
that's
straight for
all.
your nationality.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Because I mean, yes, of course, we go for our nationality. Some other people
Yeah.
go from what they're actually established. So, like,
Oh, what do
instead
you
of
mean?
saying, like, if, for example, I'm living, I don't know, in Istanbul, yeah?
Yes.
So, where are you
Yeah.
from? Like, I'm not sure if they meant, like, where I am from,
Previously,
essentially.
originally, or yes,
Yes. Or where I'm based now,
yes,
because especially when I was staying in Istanbul for like going back, and my contract was finishing, and I was, oh, then
yes.
you're going back home. Colombia is like, no, I am from
I see.
Colombia, but I'm not going there. I'm going to other
I'm
home.
going to Istanbul. Yes.
So it's something
I mean,
that is difficult.
good story. Good story. And I mean, it changes throughout your life. I don't feel like it's even been the same for me because when I was younger, I was that person who had like a base of operations someplace. If you asked me where was home, I could tell you this is the place, but it's not like that anymore. Now, essentially, I'm homeless, you know, uh, and quite comfortably. But it's it differs throughout your life, so it's really kind of a kind of nothing question asking somebody, where are you from? What are you? I mean, it's all just an interest, and they just want to hear, "Oh, you're a South African." They just want to be able to place the accent and say, "Oh, yes, 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 Table Mountain." Ah, and that's all.
That's
And
so interesting.
so let them just scratch the itch and get it out of the way. You don't have to, overthink it.
You made me think about like those
Just,
times where you like now we're basically homeless. I mean, we're staying right now in family's home, but it's not our home.
yes.
And it there is I used to, not anymore. I don't care. Like when people is like, "Where is home?" It's like it was like the answer would be homeless with a kind of shame. It's
Uh
like
huh. Uh huh.
I don't really have a home, and people will look at you like you're kind of old. What
What
do
do
you
you
mean you
mean you
don't
don't
have?
have a home?
Exactly, exactly. And it was like, yeah, I mean, and then I don't do it now. I mean, I think it's a simple question and answer to give. Like, I don't, you don't need to know more than you should, you know.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah. Yeah.
before that, I used to like get lost in the explanation why I'm not an established person for the open eye. It's
Yes.
like you're homeless. Yes, I do have a certain age and I have done this and I have done that, and I don't have a home because this or that, and like explaining like
I can afford one. I just don't need one.
exactly,
That's hard to
exactly.
explain. I understand that. I get it.
Because
Uh,
people even, I mean, especially in our
I
in
mean, to expats, to most expats, that kind of makes sense. Like for me, keeping a home, being here 2 months
away.
a year, it's silliness. It doesn't make sense. Um, so life just works different for different people.
Exactly, exactly. I guess it's just the purpose of each person, especially with crew members. You know, like I will say this is a rough. I haven't made a survey or anything. 80% of the crew members they live for that, so they basically do have a base. They don't have a home, but they can say they're rich in their country. They have four, five,
Yeah.
6 homes that make money for them, but that doesn't mean they actually have a home. You
They live
know?
in one of them. Yes, 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 exactly.
Yeah. So
Because they
it's
don't
it's
need to. Uh,
exactly,
this is how they afforded the first one in the first place. You know.
exactly. So
Yes.
it's just like leaving the conventional meaning of having a home alone. It's like because we've been indoctrinated to that. It's like you grow up, you go to school, you get a home or a work, and then you get a home, and then you died in that home. And I don't think
Mhm.
either of us have known that ever. I
No,
think I had
no.
more places I call home than anyone.
My
And
mother was like that. My mother was literally born less than a kilometer from the place where she eventually died. Like you can see these
walking
homes.
distance, walking
Yes,
distance.
exactly. Yes, 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 exactly.
I mean, it's very interesting. It's not even about a generational like we've known
Look, I,
backpackers.
I do believe, yeah, but no, I do believe that there is something to having that. I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, no,
And
no.
I especially think, I think we are missing out on something now that, many people aren't experiencing things like that anymore, necessarily. We're now getting to the point where most people have experienced renting for the vast majority of their life. And if you want to make it a political issue, it's actually quite sad that And unless something serious happens, the vast majority of people will never be able to afford a home that they own. Because to me, if you want to make something like we were talking about earlier, like the example I gave about them, they own the land. You have to own something. You have to be invested in an area to have something like that. It's a give and a take. If you invest in an area, it can give you a lot.
Mm.
But if you're renting, it doesn't make sense, to go that far. And you're not as tied down. And you don't get to experience that. You don't get to hand it down to your kids. And you don't get to have, family get-togethers in a place where 3 4 generations can all get together in the same place and have a meal together. That doesn't happen anymore. It's ridiculous.
No, it doesn't happen anymore.
Like what has become of us?
I think it's social media. It's basically because I've seen the two sides of the
Yeah.
story. I've seen videos where they tells you, like, they show you that you should have a home. The goodies of having a home, something that is yours to own. And then I've seen the opposite. I've seen like many now uh, people who used to own homes and now they sold it and said, I'm happier having nothing. Like, I can rent for the rest of my life and be happy with it. Like, saying, going to the point that saying that own own having a place of your own, it's more expensive, and that actually doesn't show your money's worth in terms of like making you rich or not. Don't make that face. That's not actually what people are saying, and then it's interesting to see the points of view. To be honest,
Yeah. I mean, I get that point of view. It certainly doesn't make sense from a math point of view. Property has and will always be one of the best investments you could probably make. Nobody can. Once you have a title deed to an area of a place, you have rights that that other people don't have. You know, so that's one reason why it's so expensive and why it has become so expensive. Freedom has become pay to play, you
true
know?
story.
So that's unfortunately the long and the short of it. And I mean, it's like there is a good case to be made for renting over buying, but only because the economy is as crappy as it is does that argument even make sense, you know? If you made that same argument, let's say in the 1950s, where how our grandparents were buying houses for, you know, literally silly amounts of money. Um, if you made those suggestions to them, they'd laugh at you. They'd call you a madman. But now they do make sense, unfortunately, because if you look at what's happening, the market is dictating to you that this is a cheaper way to live. Don't own anything.
Yeah,
So some people choose that. But
that is
and and the sad part is because they haven't experienced that, they haven't had that family home they could go to, where grandparents are and cousins are always hanging out, and you can go and run around and be an actual kid, because they're not experiencing that. They don't know what they're missing, so they're perfectly
fine.
okay with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't know anything else, and that's the sad bit. Like they literally don't know that one of the most human things about a home has been
True.
sucked straight out of it. It's now literally just, is this a place where I can sleep that's close enough to where I have to work?
Personal
Like,
attack. Yes.
what do you mean?
Personal attack.
Look, it really wasn't. But if the shoe fits, I mean.
Whoa. Oh dear. Well, it's yes, I can understand. It's funny because I mean we come from backgrounds like so different per se, you know? Like independently of everything you like your family is quite tight, like in the sense like enjoying Sunday bride or a meal, and that's something that you guys appreciate.
Mhm,
On my side, um I think I lost the value of it a little bit, especially because I was not exactly the child that was allowed to go to, like the summer house to spend time with the cousins and everything, just because it might something happen, like something might happen, I will fall or anything.
mhm.
So I was one of the cousins that I was not able to go and just explore life. And when I did go, it was not exactly as a success because I was too overprotected to enjoy it. So
I see.
it wasn't something for me to enjoy. So I just decided, okay, whatever, let's just skip this part,
Mhm,
you know. So I don't really have that. I have very few memories of like happy gatherings and like when you go with the entire family and actually have fun without the
mhm.
extremely drama that family gatherings have in them,
Yeah,
you know. Uh, I guess um, I I I don't know how to say. I think it's like for me was stronger the drama than the actual enjoying of that. So
mhm.
it really robbed me from the experience, I would say. So that's why for me it's easier, like okay, let's have a home that is practical and functional. Just go
Yeah,
somewhere where I can just like commute on an easy pace and go back and sleep. I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's
Gotcha.
because we haven't had the opportunity to make our own home, and
Yes.
you know, I guess it's maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, there's so much factors, and like I said in the beginning, it's such a complex and dynamic topic. We might agree perfectly on what home is today, and be polar opposite tomorrow. You know, because like I said, these feelings are kind of like they come and go throughout life, and they kind of change as what you want changed. At one point I didn't want anything more than getting away from home as far and as long as possible. So
Yeah,
again, what is home to you then? It's different.
it's funny because I think I mean I've had those episodes as well. You just want to go away, it's just find peace of mind somewhere else. I think everybody has
Yeah.
had that. Any like everybody has had that type of episodes at any point of
Hmm.
their lives, I'm pretty sure. The difference is like some people rather just stay where it's comfortable and home and then go and explore other places that could become home, you know? And when you decide that you just want to go away from your base where you chose to be home, and then you're homeless, not because you don't have a home, but because you just decided that your home is not your home anymore. And then
Hmm.
that's the real question, like, where is home? You know? And I think I started seeing everywhere I was home for me the moment I saw there was a sign like these beautiful portraits on the wall that you can find sometimes in the restaurants that gives you like these happy, positive vibe. And I had a
Oh
friend, and
yeah.
had in near the door, it was something said, it was a frame quote that said like, home is where your heart is. No, home is where you are at the moment, you know? And I was like, that makes more sense. Like that actually gives peace of mind. I can just say, if I'm staying on a cabin on a cruise ship, that's home for me. And it is, because I spend most of my time there. Then,
Yeah.
I just decided that whatever I was gonna be, that's gonna be home. Even if it's just a hotel for a couple days, right? Sometimes it doesn't really feel like home, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is, like where you are
Yeah.
at the moment. But do you have like certain things that makes a place feel more like home than just a mindset? You know what I mean? It's just, besides
Yeah.
deciding it's gonna be home, like what are those characteristics that you need for home to be home?
Oh man. I guess there's so many things that we need for a space to be considered, you know, truly home. But
I mean, think.
mostly it'll be combinations of different factors for different people. Like for me, something like okay, it's not really a home if there's no dog. You know, I'll call it a home if there is no dog as a dog. Okay, stuff like that. That's just me. So so it's different.
I get it and I understand. I mean, a dog is an important thing for many, many people. But due to our life or way our life has been developed in the last few years, where we cannot have any pets because security
Yes.
won't allow it, right?
Yes.
So in that specific um, dynamic, how would you consider that, for example, a ship or a a city or a workplace that you need to live and commute, what does that place makes you feel like home?
I don't know. Nothing. I guess. Because I don't treat it like a home per se. It's just a place where I stay and spend time. Uh, I mean, obviously, you want like some creature comforts, like maybe your own pillow or something silly like that. I don't know. It can make it a little bit better, but essentially, I don't treat it like a home. I don't think about it like a home. Treat it kind of like an extended hotel stay.
Oh, wait, too long. That's a
Yeah,
long extension.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very interesting. When we talk about home, we normally, sometimes we can choose who gets to be in that home. Sometimes it just comes with a package, which is normally how it is. Like you just you just there by whatever reason it is. But when we have a place that it's not exactly a home, but it's where we are most of the time, and this place is full of people we don't know, and like languages we don't understand sometimes, and mixed cultures, and other factors that are difficult to explain until you are there. Like
Hmm.
certain conditions that we cannot really curate because it's exactly like a home. You're just there, and you cannot change anything. You cannot really tell people to go away if they don't really match with you. So in those places, that we've been for the last couple of years. Do you feel like you try to fit in or belong, or
Yes. Just because it's not a home in the conventional sense doesn't mean you go out of your way to try and, you know, feel like you belong in some way. And you do. You end up just with this, you know, extremely large extended family of people that sometimes you don't really know so well, but you're family nonetheless. And you're all in it together, and it's okay. But that's not the same as home. We find ways of coping, and we deal with the things we need to deal with. That's not home.
do you feel like it's a mindset we get to learn, or there
Yeah, I do
are
think we. No, I think it's like we get used to it. We get used to
okay,
being homeless, essentially.
that we just
You know?
make any place we are a community, like our family,
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
sense
yeah,
of.
yeah. We do the best. We do the best with what we've got, and it's enough. It, but it's not ideal.
Do you think belonging and fit in is the same?
No, I don't think necessarily. I don't think so necessarily. Uh, it, belonging somewhere, that's kind of an out there thing to say. By 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 which by which laws are you going to claim belonging someplace? Uh, uh, it's impossible. I don't understand how somebody could claim to belong somewhere. Uh, and fitting in is also something completely different. And I don't really think the two are necessarily related. There's being at home someplace, or maybe, some other technical in betweens. But when it comes to belonging, I don't necessarily think anybody necessarily belongs anywhere. I'm very much a, grow where you're planted kind of guy. Okay. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I don't think. I don't think.
That's the thing.
No.
So when we hear all these stories, because I mean now social media is plagued with uh, nomads and expats, immigrants, and all these big community of people who
Mhm.
just say that they're looking for the place where they feel they belong. For they've been
Yes.
around the world and
Yes.
they just found the
Yes.
place where they belong. Is it like why are we looking for a place where we feel like we belong, or is it just like really just we're feeling like we belong to somewhere? It's just a feeling just comfortable with the surroundings, more like.
I think often it's about feeling we're connected to something a little bit bigger. You
Hmm.
know, not something bigger to ourselves. That's usually how these communities function best. Is when they have some common goal, and that's how they bond, and you can go around and find the community you fit into, and it will usually make you quite happy. You know, sticking with that kind of community. Uh, and people say, "Yeah, I feel like I belong." I get that. I don't understand what you mean by that, but that's semantics. I understand exactly what you mean when you say that. And yeah, I do think people can find communities that suit the lifestyle they want to live, and then they will be happier for it. It's just a very normal human thing to do. And I do think, like I say, we can do like surrogate communities and surrogate homes for sure, but it's temporary solutions uh, to most people. Some people don't ever feel the need to have a place that they can hammer and nail it, or and, and feel the need to buy a lawnmower and stuff like that. They don't ever have that need. Other people long for it. So home is a highly personal thing. I think is what I'm saying.
I was just thinking what you were saying, that in those like old-fashioned hippie communities, you know, where you just go and commute and live and do everything together. I'm not sure if that's exactly the actual philosophy that they say, like you go and be yourself. But at some point, like it seems like be yourself is in that type of communities is just be like them, you know?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Be
like
yourself as you're not,
as
you know, and if you don't, as long as you don't annoy us.
yes, as long as you don't break the vibe, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's it's very interesting because mm, like I don't think it's this one is a thing of one of community in a specific, or I think every single
no,
community works that way. You know? Like
yes,
you're here because you want to be yourself, but be yourself means you need to still stick to specific parameters. Like I
yeah.
wonder if there is a community in the world where you can actually be yourself and be together without collide. Besides being on the ship, I think that's the community that actually can anybody is themselves. We
Hmm.
cannot don't implode or explode because we are attached to a condition. You know,
Yes,
like that is one rule.
yes,
We
but that is the thing that's what makes almost all communities is what makes them work. It's because they all agree on a set of rules that they all agree on following. Okay, and that's essential. This is why when you see people bringing, in, important things like uh, a good example, like the cameras that they're putting up in the UK for traffic monitoring and for crime busting and this kind of thing. And people are just cutting them down. Honestly, people are just putting on masks, going around and chopping them all down because, uh, you know, they don't want that. That's breaking the rules. Okay. It's overstepping them out. So everybody has rules that they need to stick to, even those in power to a certain extent. A similar thing happened here in South Africa. We got a toll system called e-toll. Okay, uh, nobody was happy with it. It was wildly expensive. It was I mean, expensive to build and put in, and expensive to drive past them because they were these kind of high tech things, and the entire country as a whole just thought, no, okay, not gonna. And at one stage, they estimated that this company ended up failing financially, and they couldn't recover any of the tolls, and it was a giant disaster because you know they broke the rules. Okay, they went too far, and it's like that in any community. If you want to go live with the hippies, you got to live like a hippie. It's just how it is. Okay. When in Rome, it's how it works.
It's so funny because that is so true. You know, when in Rome, in Spanish would be a donde fueres, haz lo que vieres, something like that, which is basically the same. You're stepping out of your home where you actually do as you please, and if you go somewhere else, you just need to learn the ways if you want to stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for some I was gonna say nationalities, but for some that's too wide. For some individuals, it's more difficult to adapt to a specific uh, tradition, like national tradition.
Yes.
And they just, instead of adapting to the locals, they try to just convert the locals to what they bring. It's just like a modern
Yeah.
colonization kind of thing, you know.
Yes. That's also
Sometimes
like a political movement. Like this is also how political ideologies kind of operate. They do the same. They have the same kind of almost parasitic mindset.
yeah, it's a virus. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's too
No, it
attractive.
works. They wouldn't be doing it if it didn't work. They wouldn't do it. It works. Believe me, it works really well.
It's a shame though. It's very, very shame. It's literally a shame. I was actually watching. We already had this conversation about Starbucks, and how it's like a love hate relationship. Because I mean, we know there are better products, but we still,
Hmm.
in a specific circumstances and in specific places, we do need their service because they provide what other people can in a specific places.
Hmm.
But the video was one of the high-league universities in Bogota. They used to have a small shop where they used to sell like typical things, arepa, and a specific thing. Apparently, in that specific shop, there used to be like the most amazing arepa in the world of the city, obviously. And this guy happened to go today after several years to the same shop to buy his arepa, and instead of it, they changed it, and it was the Starbucks. So
Oh
he went
man,
right. So he was heartbroken because he went all
I
the way
feel for
up
him.
to the hill. He went
Yeah,
up to the hill to get just the specific arepa he used to take when years back, and
yeah.
then he found a Starbucks.
Fucking Starbucks.
Yeah. So he was like,
Heartbreak.
oh, yes.
Heartbreak.
He was
Yeah.
literally so disappointed. It was like he lost the trip. He was like, oh my God, I cannot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
And
can absolutely sympathize with that.
definitely, but not everybody does. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if what he said it was right. His comment was like, after seeing this, it's like, oh my God, fucking capitalism, and then he left. You know,
Yeah, it's not all it's made out to be in every single way. Yeah,
yes, the people was
I mean,
some of them were sympathizing to understand that what he meant to say was like, why are we changing our ways for something that is foreigner? And it has literally nothing to do with
not, it's yeah, it's not even just that it's
our
foreign.
core.
It's not authentic. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not
Exactly.
that it's even foreign. I mean, yeah, it's American, but I doubt any Americans really strongly identify with Starbucks. I think they're pretty ubiquitous shit.
Not only that, we don't need to even talk about Starbucks. We can talk about Juan Valdez. You
Yes.
you tried it before?
Yeah.
Like if I had a really typical shop with the La Señora Maria, because all of the typical shops are called Marias. or
Sí, sí,
something
sí, sí,
really
sí, sí.
from the roots,
Yeah,
where you go and you talk to the doña and you ask for an arepa with a tinto, you know,
yeah,
and then you go
yeah,
to
yeah.
a
Someplace where
franchise.
there's not just a picture of a donkey on the wall, but an actual donkey out back. Kind of,
Exactly, something that is so um genuine, because I
yes.
think most of the places we go for the coffee, they might be good, but I think the flavor goes deeper when you have an actual connection with the owner. It kind of tastes better, even if it doesn't.
Oh yeah. No, it's at that point no longer about taste. It's about the entire experience. You have a better experience that way. And it's sad that we're opting for, for sameness in the name
Yeah,
of fashion, right? Because this is what it is. It's in fashion. Starbucks has a really good marketing team, and they do a really good job at popping up in places where people need coffee and Wi-Fi. Okay, and it turns out that's really good marketing. That's the same as in the convenience of knowing I can go to a Starbucks, get Wi-Fi, and a cup of coffee or something. At least even if it's probably not going to be that good, that's going to make people go there and take that option. Okay, but it is sad that we kind of prioritize convenience over that kind of authentic experience, and we do it on the regular,
I was gonna say that.
because if we were mindful of things like that, we'd probably do a lot of things differently.
That's exactly what connects you to what you were saying about, like choosing your home just because it's near to your work. Unfortunately, that's something that is so infectious. We just bought the idea that is the easier is better. you know
Yeah, and easier isn't necessarily better.
yes, but coming out from that mindset is not easy either. It's like,
Yes, yes, because it's stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay,
yeah,
it's a boundary like you've set for yourself. Okay, and you have to step out of your comfort zone to go out of that boundary and find a different way to solve the problems that this was solving for you before. Okay, and it forces you to be quite present and creative and an active participant in your own life for a few minutes. Like, and I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why people want to all live like literally on top of one another. Maybe it's just my South Africanness. Like we're not used to
maybe,
that kind of thing. It makes me kind of uncomfortable, to be honest. Maybe.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. I guess it comes from your experiences, also part of your nationality and culture, how they built you and you resonated with that. And
Hmm.
also, I think it's when you've been living in a survival mode, that you had specific experiences where things were not exactly easy, but you found a way to just make it easier. So not
Yeah.
because they were terrible, but because conditions were not specifically right. So you just learn
Yeah.
how to, okay, I've been to X, Y, and Z, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm just gonna make sure that
Yes.
I have everything on the palm of my hand, the best of
Yes.
I can get from that
Yes. Yes.
very tiny circle, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a vicious cycle that it's not really easy to.
Exactly.
It's really not easy to just understand why people tell you to do different when if it's working. It's like you're doing it, it's working, and it's more like a mirage.
Well, oh, well, like this is gonna sound mean. I don't mean to be mean, obviously, but I could ask you the question, like, how's it been working out for you?
If you don't think about it, it works perfectly.
Well, you don't
I'm
live in any of those places anymore, so none of them were home.
exactly, but that's the thing. I think that's when the mind trick works, you know, because they were not exactly home, but I think I trained myself to look at it as if it was, you know. I think
Yeah,
it's out of
yeah, yeah. No, you got
need.
used to it. You got used to it.
Exactly.
Yes, you settled.
Exactly. What? Settle
Yeah,
with a moving water, if you can say it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah. Of
not
course.
settle in the specific definition of the word. But I think it's just mind tricks. You just learn to be settled with what cannot be an actual settled situation. And I think that's the trick. You just keep repeating that it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, when actually it isn't. Until somebody else shows you it's not.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Until you realize, and then not so good. Yeah, I know, and I think people get caught in the cycle of doing that, and it becomes hard to then think outside the box and
Well, because we're
change.
trapped.
Like,
Yes. We're
yeah,
chained to the
yeah,
rhythm, like the song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I gotcha, I
Yes,
gotcha.
it's very
And I
specific.
guess it's the same for people who have had generally very good living conditions and very, very good homes. It's an incredibly difficult thing to lose if you're used to it. Like,
Exactly. And not only that, it's just a matter of habit, and like if you have a life that for other people doesn't really look great because they cannot understand how can you juggle those things, but for you it's working fine, and then they ask you how can you do it, is that how can you not, it's
yeah,
like I cannot
yeah,
imagine something I never had,
yeah, yeah,
you know
exactly. Yeah,
or
yeah.
it's like how can I expect to do different when I don't even have a clear picture how different looks.
Of what that's like. Yes.
Exactly. It's
No, I
it's
fully understand that.
yes, it's like everything, like I'm a single child, that,
Yeah.
like single child. And people say, "Oh, don't you miss having siblings?" I have no idea what does look like.
What it's like to have siblings. It's annoying.
Oh, yes.
Annoying. Even when you're an adult.
I don't know. That's the thing. It wouldn't be annoying. Maybe it would have been super fun. Who knows? But it's an experience I cannot give an opinion or imaginary. I cannot say, "Oh, it would be fine to have kids." I mean, siblings. How would I know?
No. Understood. I gotcha.
And I think it's the same for it. It will apply the same thing for everything, even at home. It's like I can understand people not picturing themselves living somewhere else than they are now because they found something that works for them.
Mm.
You know, I guess it will come where like I guess that's the learning process we as humans go. It's just learning how to live better actually doing it, even though that really is difficult for your mind to understand that, it's like this is actually good for you, even
Yeah.
if you
Yeah. Yeah.
see all like the buildings of your head, like your brain coming apart. It's like, I don't understand what you're doing. You're shaking me.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the end, home is whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. Highly dependent per person. Highly dependent on what your position is and what your abilities is. Home can be whatever you want to make it. But that definitely is, you know, well, bless you.
Thank you. A little crisis happening.
I can see. I can see.
Yeah. But I'm
No,
okay now, maybe.
don't cry. Don't, don't
I'm
cry.
trying not to.
It's okay.
It's it. Okay. Dear Lord. But anyway,
uh,
how was that today? It's very interesting. This is really a difficult conversation. This is actually
yeah,
subject.
yeah, this is super duper subjective. Like this, it could mean anything to anyone.
I'm pretty sure if we had this conversation with a panel of people, we will get, if there is 100 people, we will get 100. Maybe a few of them will
Absolutely.
be sympathizing, but respectfully disagreeing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, this is the type of topics that cause a riot. So,
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the answers, the truth is not the same for everyone.
and they make people uncomfortable as well. You know,
Yes,
it's like
yes,
talking in Alien. It's like uh, these these guys are crazy. I better go.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for today's conversation.
My pleasure.
I will see you in the next episode.
Gracias por quedarte hasta el final. Si algo de lo que escuchaste hoy te tocó el alma, puedes apoyarme en Ko-fi o Patreon. Ahí esta voz se alimenta. Con tu apoyo, esta cosecha crece. Los links están en la descripción. Hasta la próxima.